welcome to a brand new episode of Black, White, and Red All Over. I'm Victor Dandridge.
I'm Ryan, and I hate the way Diamond shipped comics this week.
I mean, what do? I mean, we're literally filming on New Comic Day evening.
Yeah.
Because
6:18 Eastern Standard Time on Wednesday.
Diamond didn't account for the holiday. Maybe it snuck up on him, you know? Like,
well, I mean,
a lot of major publishers get their books printed in Canada, so they didn't recognize that July 4th was American holiday, and no, I'm making that up.
Yeah, there's nothing.
I got
like
nothing.
Independence Day, oh shoot, if it just fell on a regular number.
Dang it! Every year it falls on the 4th. Right, yeah.
Dude,
Canada. Yeah. Northern Montana, actually, is what we're going to call it. But no, so unfortunately, we're running late, as it were, getting this to you, but we got some good stuff, though.
Yeah, generally speaking, all of these are really good books.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are. All right, so we've got one that's the same, and it's totally different everywhere else.
Do we really?
I think so. Like, we are absolutely, well, I mean, barring honorable mentions here, but
it's honorable mention, yeah. Yeah.
So
let's do the mutual one last.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, do we even do that one as our Patreon?
Do we?
I don't know.
How do we not?
Yeah,
that is the question.
That's probably the better question.
That's probably the better question. All right, so I want to hear from you, because Aftershock has been killing it. What all did you read from them?
Okay, the two Aftershock books, and we'll get into one of them at a time, are Unholy Grail, which is
that's
kind
a newbie.
of, yeah, Arthurian legend, done by Cullen Bunn, and art by Kolak, and it's delicious because it's not, like, Merlin isn't a good dude. Merlin is actually possessed by a demon, and so everything of the Arthurian legend of, like, you know, getting the Grail and everything is all not the way we learned it. Like, it's just evil as crap. It is dark. Yeah, it's more like fun Holy Grail. Like, I loved it. Like, it was just a really, really fun read. And,
oh, that's amazing. Good job. Yeah. Good job. Yeah, I hear Jay-Z dropped a new album called Fun Holy Grail. That's for all my black fans out there. That's how we do that one. No, that's awesome, though. Like, not Valiant, but Valiant, of course, taking their turn with some Arthurian stuff. Yeah. That's pretty dope. Yeah. Are we, like, in a new age new Arthurian fiction age?
I think we're there. I think we can do it, and I think we've now got the writers that are thinking outside the box, that can really monkey with those things and present a different spin.
I have to admit, I got to check that out. Like, the idea that Merlin is possessed, and he's like, yes, get me the Holy Grail so I can destroy mankind. That's awesome.
Yeah,
like that's amazing.
It's kind of what happens in the first issue.
No, we're going to protect everybody. Because they'll already be dead. That's pretty. That's pretty good. So for my first piece, I took on Black Bolt number 3.
Yes.
Ward and I can't even think who did the artwork. Ahmed did the writing and Ward did the artwork. Interesting. Okay, so we are post the Inhumans trailer. Okay. I had feelings about the trailer. Okay. Yeah. I'll keep it 100. Yeah. It was passable until the end for me. The moment where you see the cops beating up Black Bolt and he whispers, he's like, "Oh,
it's not. Yeah.
No.
It's not the Black Bolt that you find in the funny books.
No, and that's a problem for me. So in this one, as we know for sure, the story is Black Bolt has been sent to this prison that he had intended for his brother to go to. Yeah. In this place, his powers are totally cut off, and he's able to speak. But they want out. This one is all about them exiting this place, but really kind of finding out what this prison is. Yeah. If you've been following this series, definitely got to pick this one up because it's a very interesting one. I do have some overall writerly, like I'm a writer, if you guys didn't know this, some writerly concerns with how they've approached the story, considering certain things that I would have done differently.
Interesting.
Yeah, I would have done differently. So, not saying that's bad, just noting that I would have done it in a different fashion.
Different point of view.
Yeah. Which is, I mean, again, my love of the character, but I respect what they're doing because they're not crapping on Black Bolt. Thank you for not doing that. Thank you.
Good job, Marvel.
Not letting silly people make him speak. Done. We don't do that.
He has like an iPad with like a picture menu in.
Where they do that at? I mean, really terrible. All right, what else you got?
Continuing my trend of extremely perky books, we're Babyteeth number 2, Donny Cates in brown. So
you and your Babyteeth stuff, man.
It is the most, like, energetic and happy Antichrist story I have ever read. So,
it's The Exorcist. Da, 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 da.
So the mom brings him home, and she's still like the narration is what she's saying into this video that he can watch when he grows up and can learn all about these different things in case she doesn't make it. Because there's not a high percentage of Antichrist mothers that survive.
That's true.
There's some funny stuff. The grandfather, her father, is kind of integrated into the story. You find out that there's an evil group of people who monitor supernatural stuff, and someone is being brought in to kill the baby.
What?
Yeah, and it's not who you think. And the chickens. Damn, Donnie.
So chickens?
Yeah, there's chickens. So, but there are a couple panels.
Okay.
A couple panels. There's some chickens, and it ends with this picture. This frame. I took a picture with my phone parts, and I'm going to tweet it out later. It's not a spoiler, but it is one of the 2 most metal things that I read this week.
Word.
Yeah. So
Okay.
it's a treat.
Right. Hey, you can't go wrong with that.
Yeah.
I took on Green Arrow. We've got Percy and Byrne, not John Byrne though. Don't get that twisted. On the artwork here, and so this is the first part of like this. I don't know, road trip sort of storyline.
Okay.
I actually just saw like a thing about it on DC Access or All Access, and so I was like, I kind of want to check this out. Yeah. So it's interesting. So like in this new rebirth world of things, Ollie doesn't have the greatest relationship with the Justice League. Like they look at him as like, you sir are a jerk face. Colorful term, but
yeah, it's
how they feel about it. It's so weird. Like for somebody to be like on the same team with Batman and call Oliver a jerk. I'm like, do you even talk to Bruce? Do you even do you know him?
Has he hidden himself from you for years?
Right. Like what are you doing? But okay. So in this one we have this interaction between Ollie and Flash, which is really kind of cool. It's a very cool sort of situation. If you've seen DC All Access, you already know what the situation is. So it works to kind of integrate into the previous story of this group, the 9 Circles, being involved with things and kind of running headlong into some flashy business. It's kind of classic though. Like it really does feel like a really good throwback to Silver Age, Brave and the Bold kind of stuff. And as I understand it, it's actually supposed to follow a trope of Ollie and Flash that ultimately cultivates an Ollie and Hal story.
Oh,
so
it's pretty sweet.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. So here's the throwback goodness because it's good. Yeah, it's really good.
And it's throwbacky.
And it's throwbacky. Speaking of throwbacks.
Okay, so there's this book you might have heard us talking about over the course of the last couple of years, Jupiter's Legacy. There's a couple writers that are not from the States or over from Mark Miller and Frank Quitely. And the final issue of the 2nd volume came out today. And it was so good that I left my wife to be with the comic.
That should be legal, by the way.
Yeah.
That's how good this book is.
Yes.
That should be legal. I co-sign this.
Yeah.
You're going to have to share her with me.
That's cool.
Just saying.
That's cool.
Civilized union, uncivilized union, depends on how you want to look at it.
Yeah.
Pages get sticky, it will get uncivilized. I'm not going to lie about that. This book, people, I've been waiting for this.
Yes.
For months. And, okay, it's one of those things where you wait for something, right? And when it finally comes out, sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes, it is not worth the time that you waited.
Yeah.
That happens.
Yeah.
You're like, oh my God, how could I have,
I'm a Cleveland Browns fan. I know exactly what you speak of.
I didn't want to go there, but I mean, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right. You know what I'm saying?
Disappointment.
I'm a Buffalo Bills fan, right?
Yeah.
4 times.
Yeah.
We won
It's close.
nothing.
It's real close.
4 times.
Yeah.
Back to back. Nothing. It's all right. All right. So, this book, though.
Yeah.
This book is like a well-paced, tailored meal.
Yes.
Just this issue. Like you start off with this sweet appetizer.
Yeah.
Then you get some main course.
Yeah.
Oh, is this delicious dessert coming up next? And then somebody comes up and wipes your face.
Yeah.
Like that's so beautiful. It is so beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Does Mark think of the solution to a problem before writing what the problem is?
I don't know.
Because that one scene.
That one scene. Like, okay, Mark, tell us. Do you actually go in and say, okay, I'm going to set this thing up, and then I have to figure out what the solution is?
Yeah.
Or do you have like a list of, wouldn't this be cool ifs, and then figure out like situations to kind of build that moment?
Yeah.
Because Oh, it's so cool.
Yeah, that one, I was just like, oh, it's not.
It's so. Yeah. This book. Okay, here's one of the really cool things. If you've been following the series, there are hints throughout it of why people can do certain things throughout the whole thing. Like, it's been there the whole time. And again, this is what makes it so good. It's self-referential. It's got this very well built world, and the characters within it function well. They have a set way that they do things.
Yeah, their history, the way they work with each other, even going back as far as like the previous generation, all fits and it all flows.
So good.
And there's never a moment of like, well, what's Todd's problem?
Right.
Like it's
you already know what it is. You know why he's that way. So, oh my God.
The fact that those last couple words at the end.
Yes.
Requiem.
Yes.
That means there's another series.
Now, granted, we have to wait 2 years, but you know what? Listen, I'm gonna tell you right now. It's worth it. It's totally worth it. Yeah. And here's how I know. There have been a few times in comic book history where we get something 2 years away. Yeah. And I remember the first one was at the end of the Sinestro Corps War. Yeah. We got the Blackest Night preview thing. It was like 2 years from now, Blackest Night. We're like, oh my God, how amazing! Couple years ago at their own little special announcement thing, Marvel Studios comes out and is like, Phase 3 Marvel movies, dun dun dun. We're like, this is amazing.
Similar sort of thing.
I feel like it'll top it all, actually. Like you bring up a very interesting point of whether or not this is putting away a certain like style of superhero.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Yeah.
If that's what we're doing.
Yeah.
Are we? I don't know. I don't know. So if that is the case, if that's what Requiem is, I'm even more excited about that. So, understandably, Jupiter's Legacy is definitely book of the week for me.
And I think probably Patreon-ish.
Yeah,
this would be Patreon.
We're gonna talk that up. But before we get into that, let's hit up some honorable mentions. So, honorable mention-wise, we got one that is the same, and we collectively felt the same about it. Only, I think my impression is far more earned than yours.
I tapped out.
You quitter.
I tapped out.
You quitter.
Possibly the 1/3 mark. Possibly.
Oh man, you made it pretty far then. I'll give it to you. Okay, let's just get into it. Okay, Sacred Creatures. This is Image Comics.
Yes.
Here's the thing. Okay, this is a $4.99 book.
It is a tome.
It's like, that's heavy. Okay.
There's
like first issue.
There's like no ads, right?
None. Like that is literally page after page of content. And normally one should not complain about this. However,
there's a caveat.
Sometimes they say less is more.
Yeah.
This is one of those situations.
Yeah.
Pablo Raimondi,
I believe so,
did artwork.
Yeah.
Co-wrote it with Klaus Janson.
Yeah. That's a name you normally can trust.
You're like, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. From the onset, and again, me as a creator, I had issues because the font was so small.
Yeah, it was yes.
Like that's some teeny tiny font, which means like there's some crazy writing going on for these pages.
Yeah. Because it's hard to describe just how small this font is. Because it is
ridiculously small. Like, I mean, normally you're like, man, it's font, it's whatever.
Yeah, whatever. No, this
very small, very small.
Tapping out, like I read some terrible stuff. That's like my thing. I very rarely tap out. This one though,
it was too dense, man.
Yeah.
For a first issue, it gave you way too much. I get it. They're like, hey, it's oversized. You should get some.
Thin it out.
Pace it, baby. Yeah. Pace it. I trudged through, dude. I had to.
I almost went back and finished when I saw the cat on fire.
That was cool-ish.
But I was like, dude, I can't.
I'm gonna tell you, like literally, this is okay. In the scheme of TV,
yes,
this is one of those first episodes that's actually an hour and a half long.
Yeah.
Where you only expect the show to be half an hour.
Yeah.
It could have ended 6 different times.
Yeah.
And I would have been like, cool.
Yeah.
Not a problem.
That's a great stopping point.
There was a certain point in here where I only finished reading it because I had fewer pages to go than what I had already done, and I owed it to myself after the time that I spent reading it.
Yeah.
Flat out, Shelby, our producer, came into the shop while I was reading, and I didn't know he was here because I was trying to get through this.
Just
like
focused, just face deep into this puddle of poop.
And it wasn't even like, oh, this is so good, I can't even hear you. It was like, focus, you can do this.
Yeah.
Because you're good enough, and you're smart enough, and dagnabbit, somebody made this. And here's the art is not bad.
Yeah, no, it's a beautiful
Like Pablo
book.
did the work, and it's not bad at all.
Yeah.
It's just a lot.
Yeah, just too much.
Way too much. Seriously, this could have been 3 issues right here.
Yeah.
And I would have been fine with that.
Yeah.
Like, pace me, baby. Pace me. Don't feed me all the time.
Yeah.
Because I got a cramp.
Yeah.
So read it at your own, because I told you not to read this. I tried to warn you.
Is the tartar sauce gone bad? Has it gone bad? Like,
I don't know.
Yeah.
Ooh, this stinks. Taste it. This guy.
That's delicious.
Him. So,
Yeah, it's real.
yeah. You know, it's celebrating Image 25. Not all Image books are going to be winners for everybody.
Yeah.
You know, I dig that. It happens. So, what did you take, though?
I read Batman 26.
Okay.
Tom King.
I like him.
It continues the war of jokes and riddles that has begun.
Okay.
Art amazing.
Of course.
The plot is moved forward, and it even there's a time frame given of when these things happened.
Oh.
In Batman, like as he's telling Selina.
Okay.
It's brutal. One of the 2 most metal things that I read this week. There's a panel in here that it takes place in, and it doesn't spoil anything, I don't think, but I'm going to be tweeting that picture out and then the other picture out, because the Joker going full Joker.
No. Seriously?
Yeah, and there's one where there's a sequence of things that happen and there's sound effects.
Right.
And then as the narrator is talking, in terms of like the noises match exactly what the person is saying.
Okay.
So I'll leave it at that.
Got you. Okay.
But you also read Walking Dead.
I did. Walking Dead. If I have to introduce this book to you,
just turn off.
right?
Just
Like, how did you find this? Like, is it an accident? It's
go
cool.
switch
Is it
over
there?
to
It's all right. It's all
DCTC
good.
or
It's all
something.
good. This here cover is very telling of the issue. Obviously, if you know who these folks are, you know there's some issues, there's some conflict.
Yeah.
What I love about Kirkman, though, is like we're in the midst of some crazy stuff happening. For those that don't know, Andrea just died.
Yeah.
Crazy. One of the last vestiges of the original guys. And she's had this long-term relationship with Rick. I know if you've only watched the show, you're like, but Rick's with Michonne. Sorry, it's different. It's different. This issue could have just been like a meh sort of thing. Oh, it's a recap. This happened. Oh, we're sad. He always finds a way. He finds a way to instill something to move forward just enough, where you're like, wait, is it about to go down?
Yeah.
It's about to go down.
Yeah.
Kirkman, man, like I swear, he's one of the best to ever do it. Like seriously, I give mad respect to him. I'll tell you right now, like Mark is at the top of my list, but Kirkman, I'm coming for your crown, dude. Like that's how I know that I'll be good when people talk about me in the same way that I'll talk about you. So it's about to go down.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And it's one like Walking Dead. 25 years from now,
Right.
I will still be selling Walking Dead.
Yes, you will.
paperbacks.
Yes, you will. Like I almost feel like Walking Dead will be up there neck and neck with the Watchmen series.
Yeah.
Like people will talk about them in the exact same
Yeah.
vein. And only Walking Dead might get a little bit more love because it's a longer run, infinitely longer run than Walking Dead or the Watchmen. So could Kirkman be the reason why we stopped talking about the Watchmen? Could that even happen?
I don't know.
It's deconstructing heroes. I mean, what is the true nature of evil? What does it mean to survive? I'm just throwing it out there.
Oh man,
I'm just throwing it out there.
We need
I
to
know.
dissect that. At
I
some
know,
point,
right? Like,
we
that's-
need to sit down and dissect that.
I'm just
'cause
throwing it out there.
Yeah.
Is this the new?
Because it might be.
Yeah. I'm throwing it out there, man. Good reads, though. Good
Yes.
reads.
Overall,
Good reads.
really good week.
So, in addition to us, just finishing, wrapping up, celebrating Independence Day, we have on the horizon, Wizard World Columbus is coming up.
About a month away.
Yes, and being that it is in our hometown, where we live and breathe, we got to represent.
Yeah.
We got to show some love.
I wonder if there's a way that we can get people out there tickets for cheaper than retail.
Wait. Done. All you've got to do is when you buy your tickets online, use code BWRA.
See black, white, and red all over.
BWRA, and you get 10% off.
10%.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Let's knock off 10%. Courtesy black, white, and red all over. This guy, trying to help you out because we want to see you guys there. We definitely want to see you.
Yes,
there.
definitely.
Would it be crazy if anybody came up to us like, oh my God, I watch your show, can I get an autograph? I would lose my mind.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
I would totally lose my mind.
Because if we're there and you're there at the same time, definitely hit us up, get a picture with us.
Yeah.
I know how to spell my name, so I can sign stuff.
Wait, we actually have to like spell it correctly? I got a month. I'll practice.
Yeah,
I'll practice.
we got
Be
time.
cool. It's all right. It's all right. It's all good. It's all good. So yeah, definitely come through. Use the code.
Yeah.
10% off, man. It's just that easy.
Yeah.
You watch the show. You could win stuff. You get discounts.
Huh?
We love it. We love it.
Huh? It's better.
And if you're really feeling gully, you can take the 10% that you've saved and join us on our Patreon. Exclusive stuff. That's right.
Yeah.
We have a Patreon page for a little nominal amount.
Yeah.
Teeny tiny little bit. You actually get some cool exclusive videos. We're going to start some more projects that you get.
Yes.
Those guys wanted some free stuff recently, didn't they? Yeah,
Some autograph books.
Yeah, which is awesome. So,
Yeah. And if you think that, because there's the moments where we're discussing stuff, and since this one's spoiler free, we're like tap dancing around stuff.
Right.
The Patreon is full on spoilers.
Straight up spoilers.
So everything.
Right.
Yeah.
And if you are a Patreon member, you get to suggest what it is that we possibly will spoil. So do that. But in the meantime, in the between time, we love you guys for finding this video. Make sure you subscribe, click that button, hit the bell so that it tells you that we're here, and you can see it more. There it is.